Good morning, guys. My name is Douglas, and I decided to record this video because I have some students and some classmates back at the university that they want to pass the TOEFL test and the TOEFL test. And I know those tests are very difficult, but if you practice, you are going to get the grade that you need to pass the TOEFL test. And I would like to share with you some strategies that worked when I was a student back at the university. And I was studying for 3 months in order to pass the TOEFL test. I was studying in my house with the TOEFL and TOEFL test. And the first time I took it, it was easy for me because I got the grade I needed. So I want to share with you some strategy. One of the strategies that worked when I was a student was using my imagination. What do I mean by that? By using your imagination, you have to picture yourself, the story in your mind. I mean, you have to imagine that you are the narrator, that you are the person who's telling the story. And on that way, at the moment to answer the questions, it's going to be easy for you to remember all the questions. And also, while practicing, you can take some notes. You're allowed to take some notes in your house. You can use your notebook and pencil, but not with the real TOEFL test, because they are not going to allow you to use the notebook and pencil. And also, by doing that one, you are going to get the main idea during the listening. I know the listening part is like the most difficult part in the TOEFL and TOEFL test, but if you practice a lot, you are going to do a great job. My advice for you guys is to watch videos, look for the topic that you are interested on. Maybe you are interested on technology or science or something that can help you. And also, on that way, you are going to do a great job during those tests. And also, you have to take advantage of the time. You have to read ahead during the TOEFL test because they are going to give you a time. You should watch your watch. I mean, you should use a watch to see the time because they are going to tell you like 30 more minutes, 20 more minutes, 10 more minutes, and that's going to be stressful for you. And those are the strategies for the listening part, but also I have some strategies for the structure. So remember, in the structure, you have to look for subject, verb, and complement. I mean, if you look in the structure, those 3 parts means that the structure is completed. But if the sentence doesn't have those 3 parts, the sentence are not completed. Also, focus on parallelism. What's the meaning of parallelism? The connection between one word and the other one. Like, for example, there are some pair words that you can see on the TOEFL test, like each other, one another, neither nor, either or. So those words have to be together in the sentence. If those words are not together in the sentence, it means that the sentence is not correct. Also, you have to use your logic during the structures. Why? Because if the sentence starts with the simple past, the dependent sentence should start with the simple past as well. But if one sentence starts with the simple past and the second sentence starts with the simple present, it doesn't make sense. So I advise you to analyze the context. Those are the strategies for the structures, and let's move to the strategies for the reading part. So you have to identify the main idea of the topic. You have to analyze what the topic is about. Sometimes the main idea appears in the first or second line. And also, I advise you guys to memorize a lot of phrasal verbs, idioms, synonyms, false connects, and technical words, because that's kind of difficult if you don't know how to use them, or if you don't know what the use is about. And also, I advise you to study technical vocabulary. So there are a lot of synonyms that appear on the TOEFL test. Like, let me give you one example of a synonym. Can be like successful or like smart and intelligent. Those are synonyms, right? Smart and intelligent, those words appears on the TOEFL test. And also what you have to do is to scan the reading. One of the advices for the TOEFL test is to read the questions first. If you read the question first, you are going to understand all the reading. And also, you have to avoid distractors. One of the distractors can be your phone, because many people, they start like checking the emails while practicing. You have to avoid all of that one. You have to practice in your house where you don't have any distractor, where you have a comfortable place and you don't listen to any noises. And also, you have to practice with online readings, because if you take the TOEFL test, you're not going to have enough time. So you have to take advantage of the time and read very fast. So those are the strategies I can share with you guys, and thank you for listening to me. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.